and this time it is for UFC 291 Poirier vs Gaethje number 2. We've got 12 fights with a prelim card and an early prelim card as usual. We'll start with in the women's flyweight division with Miranda Maverick taking on Priscilla Cachoeira. Maverick is a pretty important favorite in the betting odds, and she comes off a loss by decision last month, whereas Priscilla Cachoeira last fought almost a year ago, because some of the fights were cancelled, so she didn't fight that much. For this one, I'm going to predict Miranda Maverick to pick up the win by submission, maybe round 2 or round 3, because she's maybe way too much underrated and underestimated. Next, in the welterweight division, we've got Matthew Semelsberger taking on Uros Medic. For this one, I don't know Uros Medic at all, but I've seen Matthew Semelsberger before, and he picked up the win last time I see him fight, so I'm gonna stand with him and predict a knockout victory over Uros Medic, maybe in the first round. Next, in the men's flyweight division, we've got CJ Vergara taking on Vinicius Salvador. Once again, I saw CJ Vergara, but I don't know at all Vinicius Salvador. CJ Vergara won his last fight as well, and I saw that fight too. It was several months ago, but I saw him win this one, and I was like, okay, that's a good knockout, that's a good finish. He has a 7 knockout finish in his career. Is only 11 victories, so a knockout artist, I could say, or a tendency to knock people out. So yeah, I'm going to go with him for a TKO win at the maybe round 2. And that's it for the early prelim. Meaning we now move on to the prelim card with 4 fights. We start with going back to the welterweight division, actually, with Jake Matthews taking on Darius Flowers. Now, I know Jake Matthews he's been on a successful streak. I think it's a 2 or 3 fight win streak. No, actually he lost. Oh, yeah, that's right. He lost to Semelsberger last December. So yeah, still I know there's no favorite for this one. There's no favorite for this bout. And it's the debut for Darius Flowers. This is why I don't know him. Okay. So Darius Flowers making his debut in the UFC. Okay. Well, I think for this one I'm gonna go and predict Darius Flowers to get the win by decision. Yeah. Next, in the middleweight division, we've got Roman Kopylov taking on Claudio Ribeiro. To me, there's no brainer that Roman Kopylov is going to get the win. I think he's undefeated. Yeah, no, he's not undefeated. But he won his last fight. It was impressive, if I remember correctly. It was a knockout. So yeah, no brainer for me that he's going to win. I don't doubt that his opponent is a fierce one, since he has 11 wins and 11 knockouts and 8 first round finishes. But no, I don't see him winning this time around. So Roman Kopylov by a submission win, maybe? A submission win. What round? 3rd round. Next, In the heavyweight division, we've got 11th ranked Derrick Lewis taking on Marcos Rogerio de Lima. Surprising fact, Rogerio de Lima is the favorite in this one. It's maybe because Derrick Lewis has kind of been on a downfall as of recently due to the fights he lost. Still, 26 wins, 21 wins by knockout for Derrick Lewis. So, might not sleep on him. Maybe he's on a 3-fight losing streak, all by knockouts. No, 2 by knockouts and 1 by submission. But better not sleep on him. He has a record of most knockouts in the UFC. As for Marcos Rogerio de Lima, I don't know much about him actually. He's not ranked. Maybe he was ranked at some point, but I clearly don't remember it. I don't remember his last fight. So I think I'm going to predict Derrick Lewis to get the win by TKO in the second round. Next, we go back once again to the welterweight division as Gabriel Bonfim takes on Trevin Giles. Trevin Giles is the favorite for this one. Pretty important favorite. He fought a couple of months ago and he won. It's only 2-fight win streak. Okay. As for Gabriel Bonfim, I think he is undefeated. So this is going to be, for me, a clear win for Gabriel Bonfim. Not only is he undefeated, but he has a 100% finish rate, meaning Trevin Giles is in big trouble, and it's more likely that a TKO happens in the second round. This is what I'm going to go predict. Gabriel Bonfim to pick up a win by TKO in the second round. Next, the first fight of the main card, we go back, or we stay in the welterweight division as 12th ranked Michael Chiesa takes on Kevin Holland. Now, I love Kevin Holland. He's absolutely and extremely entertaining. There's no doubt about that. And he can fight. He can fight anyone. This time it's Michael Chiesa. So, I don't know, because Michael Chiesa is still 12th ranked in this division, but it doesn't seem to be at all a even match for Kevin Holland. To me, Kevin Holland is going to win. Maybe not by knockout or submission, but well, no, why not? I'm predicting a submission win for Kevin Holland in the first round. And maybe with this win, he's going to finally enter the top 15 rankings of the division. Next, we go to the lightweight division as Tony Ferguson takes on Bobby Green. Bobby Green is a pretty important favorite in terms of betting odds for this one. He was in the top 15 of the lightweight division as of recently. Well, he fell off since he lost to Drew Dober. No, it wasn't Drew Dober. No, wait. Yes, he lost to Drew Dober, and there was it was what? Yeah, there have been how do they say? Well, there was not a draw, but a no contest, because there was a clash of head of something with another fighter in the lightweight division. Then we got Tony Ferguson with kind of a big losing streak. I think it's 5 or 6 this time. Yeah, so And there was this time he went to welterweight. His last fight was in welterweight, and now he's going back to the lightweight division. So kind of weird. Yet, but not sleep on him. He has not a perfect 100% finish rate, but he has a lot of finish. 13 knockouts, 8 submissions. So it could happen. And why not break the streak and getting the win? So I'm gonna predict Tony Ferguson to get the win by a knockout, a TKO in the second or third round. Next, we go back to the welterweight division. This is really a welterweight showcase. 7th ranked Stephen Thompson takes on 15th ranked Michel Pereira. Wow, this matchup is crazy because we got Stephen Thompson with a precise fighter. I would say he has a precision not matched with the kicks and the punches. Well, everything is through is just like a hitman. He hits you, there's a target where he hits you, and it's perfect. And Michel Pereira, on the other hand, is kind of flashy, can do crazy thing in the cage. Most of his highlights is him just flipping around, doing flips in the cage, doing crazy jumps, and unexpected, really. So this is interesting, not only because they are 7th and 15th ranked, but their style of fighting in the cage. It's going to be interesting to watch. For this one, I'm not going to predict somebody to win. Stephen Thompson is a slight favorite for this one, but I don't think I'm going to predict someone. I really want both guys to win, so I'm going to say a draw. And Stephen Thompson, if you watched MMA before, Stephen Thompson is not a stranger to draw. Next, we go to the light heavyweight division. This one also is interesting. We've got 3rd ranked Jan Blachowicz taking on 2nd ranked, but in the middleweight division, and making his light heavyweight debut, Alex Pereira. None of them are favorite for this one, and that's understandable. They are both former champions. And seeing how their last fight went, you can't really name a favorite. Alex Pereira is a maybe human killing machine, I would say. He has a small career in MMA, but he has a big career in kickboxing. So yeah, that's how to say when you move up a weight class and you're facing the former champion. That is not to be underestimated, because another person that jumped a weight class to face him lost. And speaking of Luke Rockhold was a middleweight, just like Alex Pereira was. He faced Jan Blachowicz and he lost by knockout. Yeah, it was by knockout. So it could happen again. We now know that Alex Pereira is not immortal, and he can be defeated, hopefully. So yeah, for this one, this is a tough one, because if Alex Pereira wins, he's maybe the next in line for a title shot. And what's interesting is that in the light heavyweight division, there are no champions. There are no champion. There isn't one. There is not even a interim champion. So yeah, there are no champions at all. So if he wins, contender. If Jan Blachowicz wins, contender as well. I don't know, he shot, actually the last fight he had was for the title, and it ended in a draw, in the majority draw, something like that. So maybe it's going to happen again, we'll have to see. But for this one, if I really have to predict, I'm going to say that Blachowicz is going to get the win by decision, by split decision maybe. Next is the main event, a 5-round fight, and there's a belt for it, the BMF belt. It is second ranked Dustin Poirier taking on third ranked Justin Gaethje. Now, why the BMF belt is on the line, I don't know. Maybe to make it relevant, maybe because Jorge Masvidal was holding the belt and did not defend it, and he also retired, so the belt was vacant as of this moment. So now it's back on the line, and this fight is the one to put it. Yet I don't think it brings an extra motivation. It's not a interim belt or a actual undisputed belt, so I'm not going to count it as a important factor of this matchup. The last time they fought, because this is their second fight, the last time they fought it was in 2018, and Dustin Poirier won in the first round by knockout, or technical knockout. I think it was a TKO more than a KO. Knowing Justin Gaethje is more likely a TKO. Anyway, so this is how it went after 4 rounds. But they have both improved since. So this is why this event is maybe not stacked in terms of number of fights, but as for the fighters, it's incredibly stacked. They are all stars, all of it. I know pretty much everyone. I saw them all fight, so yeah, to me it's incredibly stacked in terms of fighters. Oh, so back to Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. I expected to go 5 rounds, actually. To me, they have increased everything. They have improved in everything. So if it doesn't go 5 rounds, I'm gonna be maybe disappointed a bit. I expect a absolute war, and for guys that have been kind of the same career, after they faced each other in 2018, they both lost to submission for the title twice, and it was against Khabib Nurmagomedov and Charles Oliveira. They both failed for this. They were also interim champion, both of them. So yeah, they're having kind of the same career path since 2018. So yeah, I expect a decision win for Justin Gaethje. And maybe this is going to be the time around he's going to win the belt. Yet, as I see who's the current champion, Islam Makhachev, I don't think he's going to lose. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe something for the interim title, because there's also the Volkanovski against Makhachev rematch that's going to happen in 3 or 4 months for UFC 294, something like that. So we'll have to see. Maybe it's going to be a ticket for the interim gold, or just a shot at the champion, but later on, maybe end of the year or beginning of 2024. We'll have to see. And that's it for my prediction. So I'll leave you there. Until next time, bye.